welcome back to another episode of the Everyday Joy podcast. I'm your host, Ash Couchman, and I cannot wait to find moments of joy with you today. We're going to dive straight into today's words to live by. Let's dive into the Word of God.
Rejoice in our confident hope, be patient in trouble, and keep on praying. Romans 12:12.
Keeley, I just love having you here. It's like, I was saying this the other day when I had Tiana here, I was like, bring your bestie to work day.
Yeah, to see what you do and what the studio looks like.
It's so fun when you get to see like what your friends do.
Yeah.
Even like I have been into your work the other day and I was like, I love it here. It's beautiful. And when everyone likes like, Keeley, come around the front.
Yeah.
Like, you're so cool. You have privileges. But this verse, rejoice in our confident hope, be patient in trouble, and keep on praying. What are your first thoughts about this, skills?
Yeah, it's just like, well, I read the NIV version, which is like, be joyful in hope and be patient in affliction. And yeah, it's pretty a hectic one, but it's also really good because God's encouraging us to like, I guess, stay the course and yeah, just keep on going, keep on praying, like just sticking to being faithful and joyful and yeah, in what he has for us.
Yeah, it's so true, because I think we need to be reminded sometimes that being in the midst of trouble and difficult circumstances actually doesn't mean we're outside God's will.
Yeah.
And so that's why he says like, keep rejoicing, keep being joyful, because, you know, keep praying.
Yeah.
Because he has plans.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be okay, even though it feels like a lot right now. I love that phrase, like our confident hope. We can be confident about like having hope for the future because of Jesus, even if it looks rough, even if it doesn't make sense, even if we can't figure it out. Yeah, we have a confident hope in Jesus,
even if it takes a long time. Like there's so many Bible stories and people, it's like 3 years later, it's like, whoa, we don't even know what happened. They just had to keep being patient, keep praying, keep, you know, sticking to God.
And we don't hear about that necessarily. We hear the terrible, they're like cry, and then 3 years later, and then here's how it all got better.
Yeah, we forget that there's time in the middle of those seasons.
Totally. And I think it's such a great reminder to be patient in trouble, to keep on praying, because I know even for me, when I go through tough seasons, I'm like, Lord, like just fix it now. Like don't make me have to grow in this. Like just fix it right now. And I just love that it's this reminder. And I feel like in this, we're being reminded in trouble, you can have hope. And in trouble, you can be patient and keep praying, even if you don't feel like it. And even if you don't want to. This reminds me, you know, we were talking on Monday about how you moved to Melbourne and you kind of went from, oh my goodness, we're moving to Melbourne, I'm living in a city, I'm going to plant a church, to, oh my goodness, I'm in Melbourne and it is COVID lockdowns. Yeah. And I guess for you, and I know I know you. And so I kind of know you. And so I know that was a massive season for you. And I just love you to dive into a little bit, like, what was life like? We went into lockdowns, what happened, and like, how did you have hope and confidence in that season?
Yeah. So when we like went into lockdown, well, mind you, I moved to Melbourne when I was 19. And so I
always forget how young you were. I just
crazy.
Imagine, because also Keely, she didn't grow up in a Christian home.
I forgot to say that.
So I just whenever Keely tells me this story, I go, I can just imagine your parents being like, what is she doing?
Yeah. They were like immediate like come back. And I was like, no. I was like, the Lord has called me. Which is hard for them to like know what that means. But yeah. I'm blessed with parents that are very open and
they're beautiful. We love them.
So so when I moved down, obviously we went to COVID lockdowns and that was really hard. And yeah, I think just through for literally the whole of 2020, I literally just had to do this verse, which is be, hopeful, like rejoice in our confident hope, be patient in trouble, and keep on praying. And that was just my life pretty much, because I couldn't get a job. I couldn't get any like payments or anything because I'm not a citizen of Australia.
You're about to be.
I'm about to be though. Watch out. And so like I was just basically using my savings till it went dry. And then after that, I was in big trouble basically, because I literally have $5 to my name. And I was just praying and being like, Lord, please help me. And I remember times where people just randomly from our Sunshine Coast church would like send me money, or they would buy like weeks on weeks worth of subscriptions to HelloFresh so I didn't have to buy groceries. Or it was just a crazy time where God like showed up so hardcore and like I've never seen. And it was just so cool, because even though it was really, really tough, God was showing up so physically and providing for me so
like apparently
like right there, like it was undeniable that God had done things and had provided for me and helped me. And yeah, it was a really tough time because I was obviously very sad and I was missing home, but then I was also like almost grieving what I thought life was going to be like when I moved to Melbourne. And that was really hard. And yeah, I remember being upset at God and just being sad. But then it was really up and down. There were also really great times of praying and just seeking God and being like, I know this is what you have for me. And I think just having that undeniable like faith that this is where God has called me. And if I die in this room, that's
and by room she's referring to the fact that because she couldn't get a house.
Yes, so I couldn't get a house because when we first moved down, I moved in with me and Toby and another guy called Jai moved in with our pastors, and I stayed with our pastors because like I'm a girl and
it's a big scary
world.
It's
a big scary world out there, and so I was like stuck with them, which they're amazing, but like obviously it's not ideal because it
wasn't your space.
Yeah, it wasn't my space, and so that was hard too. And and then basically for all of 2020, I was pretty much just praying every day and just asking God like why and what am I gonna do. And then I decided to go back to Queensland for like over Christmas time, which was when you had to quarantine. Because then I knew that if I had got into Queensland, I could at least earn a little bit of money and then come back again in the new year. But I was put into quarantine, which was hard because it was 2 weeks just in an apartment in the Gold Coast. And it was just crazy. Like, I've never had that kind of isolation. And like, I am an introvert. I like being on my own. But that was like next level. So that was hard in itself. And then also working again in Queensland and then saying to my parents, I'm actually going back. And they were like, huh? And so then coming back and being like, okay, all over again, like faith that this will work this time. And like, just keeping praying and being patient. And then, when I did come back, I remember in quarantine, I actually got a call and got a job like over the phone basically. And then
isn't it crazy how God works, right? Like, it was during quarantine, going back to Queensland that you got a job.
Whilst I was going back, he had already provided me a future for when I was like back in Melbourne. And so that was really cool. And then all of that next year, just working and praying and just my life is so, I feel very blessed now because I have done like what this says and being patient in the trouble and just keeping praying and keeping hope that God has something greater.
And do you think that it was the knowledge, like because you felt so called to Melbourne, because you knew that God had called you to that? And I think it's easy to think, oh, well, Keeley got a word from God and she moved to Melbourne, that's why she could keep going.
Yeah.
No, like if you're a parent and you're called to be a parent, and you can be assured that you are doing the right thing in what you're doing. If you feel called to a workplace or a business and you feel 1,000% called to keep ministering in that space, do it. It's not about just, you know, planning churches and moving. It's about it's getting a confident hope on the inside that where you are is where God has called you. And that's what I think helped. And do you think that's what helped you in all of it?
For sure, yeah. Just knowing that this is where God has called me to be, whether that is in Melbourne or a certain workplace or at a certain house, like wherever it is, just knowing that that's what God has called you to do is really like special, I think. And like such like a almost like intimate time with God, because it's like it's like a little secret that you have with God, and you're like, we know like what's going on, and it's like you and me, we've got this, you know?
I love that so much. It's just, it's literally that picture of going, we're in this together, I trust you.
Yeah.
And it's trusting that it will be okay, but you have to keep praying and you have to keep rejoicing, because there's a difference between trusting and wallowing and trusting and rejoicing.
100%.
And I think you and I have probably done both at different times.
For sure.
And I think it is always better to rejoice. It's never worked out better to wallow in the you know, in that. It's okay for a moment and for a season, but to always come back to rejoicing and being patient and trusting in that confident hope that is Jesus. Rejoice in our confident hope, be patient in trouble, and keep on praying. Guys, Keeley's story makes me want to cry every time. I'm biased though. I do know her very well. And so seeing her life and her journey of pressing into God, of trusting God, even when things were difficult. And you know, because I do know her, I know that season, there were probably 10 more things that happened in that time frame that made that season even more difficult. And I hope you are reminded that you can press on, that you can keep praying. And if you can get anything out of today's episode, I want you to know that you can have confident hope. Our confident hope is Jesus, and we can rejoice in the fact, as we keep being patient, as we keep pressing on and praying, that He will figure it out, even if it's not how we might have thought it would be. I cannot wait to dive even deeper into the Word of God with you tomorrow, but until then, I pray you're able to find moments of joy.